everybody, it's Kate from Linedecker Farms. Today I wanted to talk about dividing a peony. If you've planted peonies, let's say 3-4 years ago, you'll probably notice that they might be outgrowing their space. Certainly by usually 5 or 6 years they are. Or you may just want to make more plants. But if you want to do either of those things, then digging and dividing your peony is a key skill to have. So we dug this peony about 2 days ago. This is Juliska, which is a wonderful herbaceous hybrid. It wasn't doing well in the spot where we had it, and so oftentimes I find if I then dig them, divide them, and plant them in a new spot, they gain new life. So we dug it 2 days ago. As you can see, we cut all the green, like the leaves, the stems off, and what we're left with are the roots. And this is the root, the crown, and the eye. These are the eyes, these pink things. So if you haven't seen my video on the anatomy of a bare root peony, go back and listen to that one first if you want more details, because I go into what these various pieces of the peony are. You can see we've also removed all of the soil. That allows us, when we're dividing, to see more clearly what we're doing. So if you're dividing, I strongly recommend that you actually remove all the soil first and then divide. I think you get more and better divisions when you do that. So the reason we let this sit for 2 days before we started to divide it is when it first comes out of the ground, these roots here will have lots and lots of moisture in them, as they should, right? You want them to dry out a little bit, because if they're a bit dehydrated, they're softer and more flexible. So what does that mean? You break fewer roots when you actually do your dividing, and you're putting a kind of better supported plant in the ground. So you can dig and divide right away. I've done it. But whenever I can, I put them out for 2 days in a shady spot and then come back and get them and divide them. Now, to divide, I typically use an 8-inch kitchen knife because it's the tool I'm comfortable with. And when necessary, a snips. When thinking about where to cut, I typically look up here at the crown and see, is there a natural division point? And in this one, there kind of is. You can see there's a cluster of 2 to 3 eyes on this side, and then a cluster of a lot of eyes on this side. So to me, it feels natural that we'd want to divide right here going down through this area. So let's try that first. Sometimes sometimes you can't actually find a natural place to divide, and sometimes a place that looks like it would be a good division area doesn't work out as well as one hoped. But usually it does. So I find that a rocking motion can really help. Now this one, because we were having wet weather, actually still has a lot of moisture in it, which also makes them a little harder to cut through, but it's coming. Okay, now that cut it almost all the way through. Sometimes I then open it and kind of look at it. Yeah, good. Look at this. 2 divisions. This one, if you're feeling a little spunky, you could probably divide again and get another small division. Since Juliska is a reasonably high value plant, it wouldn't hurt to divide this again. So you'd have a small division and still a nice substantial one over here. Your goal is really to have, if I were sending to a customer, I'd send one this size. But for myself, to propagate more plants, I'd probably divide this again. Likewise, this one only has 3 eyes. But if you really, really wanted more plants, you could probably divide this one more time as well. So that's how you divide peonies. I have another video coming that will show you how to then put these divisions into the ground. Okay, thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.